Is he in love with you? Is he serious about you? Does he want to really be with you? If you have such questions in your head, you are in a relationship and you're thinking, does this guy really want to be with me? The way he's acting, the way he's behaving, do I trust that he's really into me? Is he really in love with me? Or you have a sister, a friend that you're suspecting that this girl is going out with. Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Then you want to stick with me till the end of this video. You're welcome back to the channel. So we're just going to dive right into it. You've been dating a guy and some of these things are coming up. You find out that this guy doesn't care about your personal development. Doesn't care if where he met you long ago, how many years ago, how many months ago, is where you are still at. Doesn't care about your progress, doesn't care about your development. You don't see that in him wanting to say, oh, what are you going to do next? How is your life going to be? He doesn't care about your development. Even when you are saying things about what you want to do, courses you want to take, trainings that you want to do, you don't see interest. You don't see any form of interest in him. He doesn't come up to say, oh, okay, yes, okay, okay. He is not concerned at all when you are bringing such topics. That kind of guy is a guy that you should watch out for. He's probably not into you at all. A guy who doesn't bother to say, what are you going to do with your life? What are you doing now? Okay, so why are we going to better you? He just leaves you where you are. All he does is just what he wants from you. That's all. He doesn't show any form of concern. You come up with an issue. There's an issue and you call him. Oh, see what my landlord said. They're giving me quick notice. And he says, oh, really? Okay. And you never hear from him. That week passes. If you don't call him, he will not call you back to say, what's going on now? How are you doing it? Even if somebody doesn't have money, it's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. Don't let them fool you with, it's because I don't have money. If someone doesn't have money and is into you, if someone is actually into you, the person will be thinking about you all the time. The person will be worried. Anything that worries you worries the person. If somebody can go to sleep, he can go to rest when the fiancé or so-called fiancé or the girlfriend is having an issue with the landlord is saying move out, and he can go to sleep days, he doesn't call you. That kind of guy is not really into you. He is not in love with you, because someone who is in love with you will be thinking about that issue. It will be bothering him. Oh my girl, what am I going to do? If he doesn't have money, you will see him offering other solutions, looking for people that can help. Say, oh, please, can you help? Please, can you escort my girlfriend? Oh, please, can you? He'll be looking for an alternative because he's thinking about you. But the one that doesn't care, he goes away for days. He doesn't even call to find out how the landlord issue is going. That kind of guy is not into you. He's not in love with you. He is not. And nobody can be in love with you and be comfortable when you are uncomfortable. That kind of guy is not into you. You call to say, oh, they are sending me out of school. I cannot pay my fees. And he goes home to sleep. Bother him. You don't see him say, hey, how are we going to pay these fees now? What are we going to do? Hey, even somebody who does not have money, if he's in love with you, you will see the effort. You will see it. You will know that, oh, this guy is making effort. It's just because he doesn't have money. The one who, if for that accommodation issue, you will see he'll be looking for places where you can go and stay. Even though he cannot give you money to go and rent a place. You'll be thinking, oh, should I go and call my sister? Should I go and beg the pastor's family? Should I go and... He'll be looking for alternative because he's thinking about you. He cannot rest. He loves you. But the one who doesn't love you, he will go and sleep. He will go and be snoring at home. He won't care 1 week, 2 weeks. If you don't call him, he will not even bother to talk about that matter again. Even when he sees you, he will not talk about the matter, the issue. He will not talk about the fact that he heard that you could not pay school fees. He will not talk about it. He will just keep quiet about it. That kind of guy is not into you. He doesn't care anything about your personal development. Don't stay there. Move on. No matter how long you've been there, don't continue to stay there. Don't waste your time with someone like that. Another thing that would show you that a guy is not into you is when he doesn't call you. He doesn't invest time with you. He doesn't visit you. You are the one to always be calling. When you call, he will give you one excuse. Oh, I wanted to just call you. I was almost going to call you. He will give you that excuse. Oh, I've been so busy at work. That's why I've not called you for some days now. That's why I've not chatted you for some days now. He will not invest time to call you. He will not invest time to visit you. You will not observe that he's calling you. Anytime he's calling you, it's actually attached to something that he wants from you. Maybe he wants you to, he'll say, oh, the day he calls you, he picks us his phone to call you, he's calling you, please come over, come and visit me now, come now. And when you get there, he wants you to cook for him. You say, oh yeah, so what are we going to cook now? Cook soup now, stew. Hey, sure you will help me go to market. So he has seen a chef in you. You are just a chef. He's not so into you. He doesn't call. If someone is in love with you, he wants to talk to you all the time. He wants to see you all the time. When a guy is not bothered to see you, is not bothered to call you, and when he calls, it's for something. That kind of guy is not into you. He calls you, oh, come to the house. You come to the house. Hey, come and go to the market for me. Cook stew, cook soup. When you finish doing that one, oh, my clothes are dirty now. Help me. You are the laundry lady. He has seen a laundry lady. He has seen a chef. He wants something. That's why he has called you. That kind of guy is not into you. If a guy is into you, he will be calling you for you. You will even be wondering, so why did you just call me? I just wanted to hear your voice. He's in love with you. He just wants to hear your voice because he makes him have butterflies in his stomach. He loves you. But when a guy is not so into you, he will make all these excuses. He will not. You'll be disconnected from you. Don't go to a place where you are tolerated. Be in a place where you are celebrated. Don't go to a guy who is just managing you. You say, let me be a good girl now. Let me be a good girl. You'll be washing clothes. You'll be cooking. I want to be a good girl so that he will eventually marry me. Marriage is not the ultimate. You know that? Because sometimes some of these guys will still end up marrying these girls out of pity. Say, I've been with her for a long time. People will say I'm a bad person. Let me just marry her. Is that the kind of guy you want to marry? A guy who will just marry you just because he's pitying you that you've been with him for a while. He will marry you, but you will not be happy in the marriage because his heart is going to, in fact, as he's marrying you, he's already saying, this is not the girl I would have loved to marry you. Is that how you want to? A lot of people are in marriage, but they are not happy. So the fact that he eventually puts a ring on your finger doesn't mean that that's a good place to be. Don't go to a place where you are tolerated. Be with someone who is celebrating you. So don't say, I know what to do. I will continue to wash clothes until he marries me. I will continue to cook until he marries me. You will slave yourself away. He might marry you, but you will still not be happy. He will marry you out of pity, but you will still not be happy. Why not move on now? Move on. Forget about the time that you spent behind. Forget about it. Move on. Forget the length of time that you spent in that relationship. Say, I've wasted so many years. It's better for you to leave that person and go and be with someone who will celebrate you. You will meet someone else who will celebrate you, who will love you and will be happy with you. The third thing that you will see in that kind of guy is that he is not a guy who's ready for any form of commitment. You will see that he has everything to settle down, but he doesn't want to settle down. He will be dragging. Any guy who is dragging and dragging and dragging like that, you shouldn't be there. Don't cheapen yourself for him. Don't make yourself look as if you don't have options. You have options. When you bury yourself inside this relationship, you won't be able to see other people. Other people won't be able to see. In fact, you've put a roadblock. You've made other people to say, oh, that okay, she's in a relationship. Okay? So move on. Leave this person. You might feel pain for a while, but in the long run, you will be happier for it. You'll be happier that you left this guy because really he's not into you. You will find out that these kind of guys, they don't want to even meet your family. They don't want to be so close to your family. Any guy who doesn't want to be so close to your family, doesn't want to be so close to your friends, he doesn't want you to be so close to his family, he doesn't want you to be so close to his friends. He wants your relationship to just be that kind that, you are not, you don't know your families, you don't visit each other's families. He doesn't want that kind of relationship. That kind of guy is not into you. He is not into you at all. Leave that place. Yes. So that you can meet someone else. You can meet somebody else that will love you, that will respect you, that will celebrate you. Don't make yourself look as if you don't have options. Don't make yourself look as if you are cheap. You are begging one man that he must be the one to marry you. A guy who is not wanting you to, he is going for one family function, say, don't worry, don't join me. You tell him, my sister is getting married. You make excuse. I cannot come. I have one business meeting I want to go to. It's because he doesn't want to come close to your family. That kind of guy is not into you. You see all these signs. You see all these signs around that guy that you are dating. Move on, sis. Move on. You're better than that. You're better than that. Don't continue to stay there and eventually make him, either break your heart into pieces, at a point where it will be so painful for you, or he'll marry you out of pity. Then after marrying you out of pity, he begins to punish you inside the marriage because his heart was never with you. It's better for you to move on. Okay? If you see all these things, all these signs, that guy is not into you at all. Doesn't love you at all. Doesn't have that feeling for you. There are lots of challenges in marriage. So will you now be going into the one that the person doesn't even love you? There are lots of challenges there. Okay? So it's best to go with someone whose heart is with you. Okay? I hope that you gain something today from this video. I hope that this video is bringing, a form of advice to somebody who really needs it. Please share this video. Share this video to all your social media platforms so that people can get to hear it, because a lot of people need advice. Share this video on all your social media platforms so that people can get to hear about them. If you are seeing my face for the first time, you're welcome to the channel. Please do well to subscribe to this channel. Join this family. If you have been watching and just swiping by, please join us by clicking on that subscribe icon below and join this wonderful family. I'm going to be dropping other videos on the screen and in the description box concerning relationships. You can take your time to watch those videos. Take your time to watch, you will get good tips from those videos. Okay? Turn on your notification bell so that whenever I upload any video, you will know about it. Okay? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to my returning subscribers. Thank you. I love you guys. Thank you for always taking out time to watch my videos. Until I come your way next time, stay blessed.